Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
First of all, it's a great privilege to be standing here and presenting the annual report on behalf of the board. This is, in a way, an appraisal for our team. It's not many occasions that we have one appraisee and 80 appraisers. So I look forward to presenting an effective report here. See, as explained, UAE Food Interpreted Business Group was formed around 12 years back, revitalized, and our mandate was to unify the food sector, support policy and regulation, enable innovation, build talent, and create the youth, and improve the database decision-making process. So as of now, I would say we have 94 contributing active members. We are in touch with more than 600 companies that are actively in engagement with us. We had in our database about 6,000 companies and 15,000 contacts. We have done about 42 engagements in the last year, participated in 7 conferences, actually built analysis reports covering 20 countries, and also produce industry reports. You have seen a number of reports being displayed there. We are also a paperless setup like Dubai Chamber, but unfortunately things on the internet or we put on the web are not known. So just to give you a feel of how much of work or data analysis have gone and insights have been, I just printed it all here. All of you will be able to download that now, and we give it access to as many people as possible. And we do not differentiate between paid or unpaid members, because every entity, every ecosystem player is part of our family, and it's important to bring everybody together. And the contribution to the food sector or the food cluster is not about financial contribution. It's about participating concept contribution. Today, every presence here, all of you coming here at a day where there's uncertain weather, and showing your support and willing to listen and to give back. I try to do my best to shorten my speech as possible, because I would like to have as much engagement, and it's not very often we get an opportunity like this to meet 50 plus CEOs are in the room, or CEO representatives are in the room. So these are our members. There are a number of invited observers also in this annual general body meeting. The annual general body meeting is an occasion where we report back to our stakeholders about what we have done, how we have done, and how we have achieved it, and listen to feedback and open questions. So this is the approximate logos of the entities. We look forward to adding this. What we have not done in the last 2 years is not been pushing for paid membership, because we had to build that credibility and the sort of services that can be built from the sector, so that we can ask for this. And today, I think in my report, I think I'll be able to demonstrate how mature they are in that role. We are supported by Dubai Chamber. Dubai Chamber actually create a structure, because there is not many organizations that can be formed as an association. It's not every week a formed association. So it's the vision of Dubai and UAE to create ecosystem enabling entities. And this started 12 years ago, where the committees have brought together, and over a period of time, we have built and we have worked closely with Dubai government, municipality, and although we are formed in Dubai, we represent that. We try to work with all the Emirates, closely working with Abu Dhabi, Chamber of Commerce, ADEFSA, all the entities, and we do not differentiate. We work as a UAE entity. And that's probably the reason why the cluster strategy was announced. His Excellency Lumintuk has reached out to us to say that when would you use your future food to announce, and it's a pre-future food before when he came and announced. And since then, your future food has been the point at which we actually report on the progress of the cluster. So a lot of this cannot be done without direction and support, and there are a number of people who actually put enormous amount of time and their personal commitment of this. So specifically we not specify Mr. Saleh, Sam Abdul has been there for the last 10 years or so, helping us come together, step down to the board, give other opportunity to other people, and the others here, Zanania is here, And they always have a rotation of the board. We keep the past board members as advisory board members, and the very, very active 200 plus regulatory affairs team. There are actually almost functions like in close coordination with the dominant. You will hear from Dr. Suzanne today about the report on the regulatory affairs area, which was one of the core areas where the industry requires to have a constant dialogue with government to ensure that there is a close coordination between regulation, updation, and changes. There are a number of challenges that come up, different viewpoints come up, and we have, over a period of time, come up with a very aligned two-way communication mechanism where we will recognize it. And we want to extend that sort of excellency in terms of regulatory which you hear a lot from Suzanne, to other areas as well. So this tweet is about a month back. This is something that sort of puts us on the spot and a huge responsibility. This is from the Prime Minister's office, officially confirming that the food cluster and the UAE food cluster is the first cluster as a cluster strategy in the country, and a number of programs are aligned, and the Prime Minister's office is constantly monitoring our progress. So this, as the Sasalis mentioned, the unique structure that they created where government entities and the private entities work closely, coordinated, in a way that we have performance indicators and reports that go up to the Prime Minister's office is something that puts us on a huge responsibility. That is why we take these meetings very, very seriously to make sure that we communicate as much as possible, and we have to create a mechanism to listen and capture all the inputs that you already did. So I have shown videos of the cluster strategy, a number of videos, and the cluster award. I want to just tell you, like last 2 years, we have been in a dilemma whether we are a cluster or we are a business group or who are involved. So while we were a business group, as a manufacturing business group, the retailers do not join us. So they'll say, I have another business group, or we have farmers have a business group. So in a way, the ministry's cluster strategy helped us a lot, and in a way that those dialogues that was most essential happen. And that is the reason why we put all our efforts, all our resources to ensure that the cluster got activated. And today we have very strong communication channels built across the value chain. We have the retailers, we have on the cluster board representatives to the retailers, representative to the logistics sector, representative from farming sector, and this is the storyline of the timeline of the cluster. And it was the consultant, and we now see ministry working so closely, consistently for a year and a half to mobilize it, and then announce it in December, and then 2025 has been the year where we sort of raised it up. There has been too much of word promise. Probably people would complain that we are not delivered or we are not communicated back, but we are still in the formation of a structure. But we did our best to connect and convey the message that 7 Emirates, 40 free zones, 7 Chamber of Commerces, and the 20 business councils, we all are under the cluster working together as an entity towards a strategy where we consider UAE's food ecosystem as one cost and one into the competitiveness of the sector, and realize and sort of bring out the opportunities that we have been presented with due to them. So in all of these things, these are the entities. About 10 years back, we would have to write emails and wait to the Ministry of Climate Change, the Ministry of Economy, or Ministry of Industries. We had the advantage of Ministry of Industries being formed at a stage where when the ministry is formed, there is a better alignment. We were all throughout the beginning of the ministry itself, we were working together. So if you look at each of these ministries do have an impact on our industry. For example, Ministry of Economy actually does IP area, the area of investment, economic growth, alignment with price control, and Ministry of Climate Change for linked farmers, ensuring the food security pie is done. Ministry of Industries to progress the industry area to ensure that the regulation is aligned. Ministry of Health in the nutrition strategy, Ministry of Finance in terms of tax and VAT and excise duties and things like that. Ministry of Education in terms of our cluster, I'll explain the Ministry of Education's alignment, but Ministry of Trade on CEPA alliance and all this. So you can see that I feel that we have progressed in building a stronger alignment, and we have strong communication channels supported by chamber where all embassy issues are actually raised. So these are the cluster strategy initiative that we have merged. And this is a slide from the cluster deck, but I took the liberty of showing it here, to ensure that we are part of the cluster, and we as FUB, as the food and beverage manufacturing sector or ecosystem, we have aligned it all these initiatives. And today I will take some time to explain these initiatives, so that we would like to have leaders from this room to actually contribute and take leadership courses. And that's how we can actually take this forward. And we want the very transparent to show that how much of opportunity is there to you to give back on your experience, and also to learn. I am an example where I sort of learned a lot, and really the usual narrative of saying that the selective is important, the collaborative speed, and this is what I lived in the association. And it only if you live through the process. That's why I ask you to volunteer into the cluster or the business group. You will be able to see that. So the part of first initiative is to ensure that the cluster is accepted and aligned with all the activities. The food knowledge hub is bringing the education institutions and the industry together to work together for research and talent development. Unified product catalog is about making sure that we have one barcode across all the industry, which can be synchronized with all the databases to ensure that parallel reports and other issues are avoided. We ensure that better regulation is there, better traceability is there. We're building the infrastructure for that. GS1 new partnering for us. SME growth, 94% of upstream sector is SMEs. We need to support them, we need to encourage them, and we need to bring all of them together. Zero food waste and circular economy, but NAMA supporting it, packing it at up. Foodless and digital ecosystem, we were very big on 7 years. We've been working on the database data to bring it aggregated together. We have pivoted it towards a foodverse strategy, which you would explain. Talent and amortization and development to actually build it. Emirati talent pool to ensure that they are coming up as leaders in the food sector. Make it in the Emirates or made in the Emirates, and consumer trust on UAE food products, accessing more shelves both locally and globally. Future when novel fruits or product innovations coming on that side. Cluster Champion Award, which we also had a video. Closely working with the farmers and making sure the farmers are educated to the manufacturing. Food security data enablement, so connecting the data from the ecosystem, both from the port and from production and the manufacturing to ensure that we all actually align to have a very transparent, projected view of the challenges that you face. And the flavors and adversities, and it's a new initiative that we will come up with to highlight that UAE brand. See, COVID was in a way a big advantage for us, because that's a time when we became very relevant. And to tell you, the FLB group had the most current information of the production situation and this thing, and this helped us sort of build the data networks across them. So we do all this through our future food. When you do all this, it's nobody comes and see all this. So could we use a platform called Future Food, which is an annual conference by which we try to demonstrate this and show it to people. And the Future Food has been seen as an important conference there, and leaders participate, and we actually, all the Future Food editions are available on YouTube or on channel, or postable reports are published, and we get access to so many leaders who speak, and we conduct networking events, silent events to help develop all that. So I have to thank the sponsors who actually support us during the conference, and it's the main event to which we actually communicate and the site press as well. We also actively participate in markets, right? So we actually participate in Abu Dhabi in Global Food Security Summit, and we to that, we have built a very strong relationship with Abu Dhabi. And that has helped us actually build a strong network in Abu Dhabi, which is helping us a lot in trying to ensure that there is alignment. Okay, these are some of our partners. I have a lot to speak, but I cannot because of the type and EGF, and there's Go Fund, EDP, NAMAN, and there's Spirit Insurance, EGS Fund, Made in the Emirates Initiative, BISHRAC with the Emiratization Council, Nostra, Fawab, this thing. These are initiatives that work together. This slide is like precious for me to say that this is the slide that I used to actually get the price regulation out. Okay, this is why we simulated the price regulation and showed the government that the raw material prices increase and you cannot put a cap on the retail prices, and allow it to stick with the retailer to actually control the manufacturer. That actually puts the manufacturer out of business. And this is the database structure that we built from fragmented data that we use to actually demonstrate the sensitivity of changes. Changes, and this is built out of see, data is something that we have been all talking about, but now we need to share it. And although we have data law, etc., now we have fragmented data available. We should try to aggregate and which we apply Essenberg and Essenberg. So using all this data, we release as many reports and insights as possible. And now, you see, I am not boasting, but all the way, the reports are on net, and now within LLM, okay, you wear an Oculus like this, okay, just an Oculus like this, and you go to the metaverse and you speak, you get an answer. You just wear this and go to our footwears, and we are the primary digitally mapped ecosystem. That every company is mapped on the map, and then you click to temple yourself to the factory. You can see, and you can speak, and you will get answers, and all the knowledge is available. So this is now going to be used in the schools and colleges. See now, who's going to look at? And I'm saying that all the schools and students are going to use this to train. Okay, I have Mohammed here, who just as a student, I asked him to go through it, and he will actually explain what he felt about it. When you go through this, then the companies would actually say that, yeah, I will want to be there. And that you put it in all the embassies, you put it in all the trade shows, you carry this your show, you are able to have a virtual office there. See, these are things that we have been doing a lot of things, but we did not really boast about it. Okay, these are reports, the reports are available. Please vary per report. We spend $150,000 annually to ensure that we buy data from the NSN database to ensure that all of them are available as downloads or others. We have a strong following on LinkedIn, and our team actually puts in a good effort in terms of communication. We have our internal ADC. We build all our content, communication on a YouTube channel, on our LinkedIn, and all of that channels as well. So this is some of the students being using. So going forward, we have started and sort of formalizing these agreements through MOU agreements. Now I talked about GS1. GS1 is actually the contracted agency for monitoring excise or sugar tax from the Ministry of Economy. So they are already doing the product traceability for medicine. They are trying to bring that into the food industry. This is not the government being a law. We ourselves are driving. So therefore, we have the comfort of driving it and EPAing it out on this. And this will be a sort of efficiency enabling service, not a paid service. It's not the right track, but you will be able to connect it all day. This is what we are planning to achieve. So we will be maturing as a digital ecosystem with this sort of ISHRAG is a program that we engage with nationals. We've done a lot of work on that. We've developed a set of nationals who sort of comes to the nationals who come at practice. Food sector is not being attractive as real estate, so we try to make sure that that the right messages given to them. We work with universities. We work with Dubai University, do also Dubai universities, and we are trying to develop curriculums that are aligned to the industry, where industry participates. And you'll see a lot of things happening. And with the knowledge hub accelerating, you'll be having much more coordination with universe. And we've been using every conference, every event, every opportunity to actually sort of promote it to the youth and engage with the youth. SMEs are very important, so we are supporting SMEs in a way that they get access to funds, they get fund for increasing investment capital. Also, we are bringing Dogo as a support entity to ensure that the efficiency is more. We support NAMA to ensure that to reduce Ramadan is coming up, for working together with you to ensure that we have a made UAE bazaar of promoting UAE products. Last time we did it with Institute of Aerospace Advanced Technology with Kuwait. We'll be having in donation to our program, and we'll accelerate this as well. So we also work with international partners like IOFS, African Food System, and that's another area that we actually don't elaborate, but we connect with other universities so doing all this is not my job, it's my team's job, and team has done an excellent job. And you can see in 2024, the last AGM, this was the slide of the team that was there, and this is how we have functioned. And most of this, you should understand that we have limited funding, so we work on volunteers, we work on students, and we work with people. And the organization structure I want to explain a little. We are a full-time conference manager. We manage the conference ourselves. We have PR person, specialist person, ensuring the content is written, the content is released to our channels. And we also have a very strong CRM where we know whom we are writing to and what reply is coming to. And we build this network on this. And this is a shared service that you can also help. You can also make anybody wants to any sort of acceleration in terms of the food sector. We would be more than happy to do. There's a number of events that we have been put by ASMET to just put together, so they've done it. So coming back to the years, we believe that doing all these things, there were several priorities that was pushed out to us. We have still not engaged the CEOs, especially one of the most important is to ensure that the CEO commitment, CEO's involvement, CEO understands that we have to have a feedback channel from each one of you on the development of what we have done. We have to ensure that there is data exchange of sharing of information and data available, and make sure that all the platform that we have built is actually strengthened. And we will into some communication cycles in the area that you like to come up. And now, in order doing all this, I'd like to tell you how we grew as members. Okay? This is numbers. So we were 63, and now we for the paid members. Okay? And the revenue has been 4 million has been the revenue for the year. All these things that we do is done within 4 million. There's no other government funding, and I would want my team to work efficiently. And also there is so many synergy partners who help us reduce cover as well. So this is the sort of breakup of expenses that has happened, and you can see Future Food is a major revenue stream for us. We also contribute in Abu Dhabi, and we get funded from Abu Dhabi as well. And this is the breakup of a high level breakup of expenses that we are. We do not save any money. We actually spend as much money as possible, as effectively as possible, to ensure that we get good value for that. So if you want to sponsor, I want to say your best return of investment is giving money to food and business group. We will surely good impact on the sector and also for the company itself. We will be sharing this information and. So going forward, our area will be the next year we will be focusing on ensuring there's alignment on policy, increasing of membership. We'll be working on education, making sure that the knowledge hub is effective to the NDPers, and we are reducing food waste as a key theme is being up that, and food waste in NAMA, and we have to ensure that there's a prioritization or training and development capacity will be put. So with this, I would ask Inke Repoi from regulatory aspect from Susan. Thank you very much.